Hello, my name is Simon Powers. This is a short video about the certification process for ICAgile. We're going to be covering the Enterprise track, of which there are two classes, and an expert part, which we'll come on to in a second. The two classes that are in this track are the ICP CAT, which we call at AWA the Coaching for Enterprise Agility class, and there's ICP ENT, which is the Enterprise Agile Masterclass. You can either gain the certifications by attending 2 3-day classes or 1 5-day bootcamp in which you get both certificates. Now, these are knowledge acquisition certificates, which means that you have to prove in the class through assessment that you have achieved the gaining of that knowledge and that you can apply that knowledge in theory to a specific practical application. So there are lots of places throughout either the 2 3-day classes or the 5-day class where you'll be assessed to make sure that you've gained the necessary knowledge and can then apply it. The expert track is very much more experiential. So this is a 9-month program where every 2 weeks we join together to have coaching calls, and you're expected to apply the knowledge that you've learned in the 2 classes plus additional knowledge and coaching that you gain throughout the program in your actual organization. So gain the knowledge first in the 2 classes and then apply it and be coached and helped through the program in a real organization. So the reason why AWA has chosen these certificates to help people enter the journey of being an enterprise agile coach is because the very roots of ICAgile are very in alignment with our own roots. We come from a community. We are very community focused. The Agile community itself is huge and very generous, and there's so much information and so many good people. It would be crazy not to leverage that when looking at things like creating a learning program and learning objectives, and also the class material. And so both ICAgile and AWA very much believe in community and have created this program both from our own experience, from ICAgile's experience in the community, and our consultants' experience, and through many, many years of training. So there's a huge amount of information and learning that's just gone into these classes to allow it to be as effective as possible for you to be able to take the knowledge in, be assessed, get the certificate, and then through the enterprise program, grow and apply that information apply that knowledge and practical application to a real world organization in real time. So let's have a quick look at the ICAgile diagram, and this, and then we can see how it shapes in. So here you can see down the bottom in the middle, there is a business agility grouping of ICAgile tracks. And the Enterprise Coaching for Agility track is the one that we'll be looking at right now. And we've blown that up over here on the right-hand side, and you can see the 2 classes, the ICAgile name, Agility in the Enterprise, which is the Enterprise Agile Masterclass from AWA, the Coaching Agile Transition Certificate, which is the Coaching for Enterprise Agility. These are the 2 transformational classes where you gain the knowledge acquisition, but also these classes from an AWA perspective are very much a personal transition. We're expecting you to sort of come out a different person than you went in. So it's a very personal journey as well as a knowledge acquisition. And then the one at the top here, the Certified Expert, although I'm not too keen on the word expert, I do believe in this program, as it's very much proof by doing, and actually getting that experience in a real world scenario and being assessed in a real-time basis, mentored and coached, not only by AWA experienced trainers and coaches, but also by your peers through a cohort program. And there's a residential as part of that as well. And the first cohort that we'll be running will be in September of this year, which if you're seeing this in many years to come, it's 2020. So hopefully we'll be, we will be running that with an amazing residential where we can all come together and really utilize the power of those experts at that very advanced level. The assessment that happens during the class happens periodically throughout by actually just taking part and being part of the exercises. The trainers from AWA are all trained and able to monitor and give you advice as you go along, making sure that you come along the journey so that there's no surprises at the end, that you haven't just suddenly not got a certificate. We'll guide you on, do everything we can to help you understand and demonstrate practically what's needed to meet the ICAgile objectives. At the end of the course, whether it be the 2 3-day classes, in which case you're assessed once for each certificate, or the boot camp in which you're assessed at the end for both, there is a practical assessment which takes most of the day. And what we do is we combine all of the information that you've learned throughout the class into a practical application where you have to work with a team and apply this either to a case study that's provided or to your own organization. And you're expected to come up with a viable and sensible plan for organizational change that uses the tools and learnings from the class. And again, during that time, AWA trainers will help you and to guide you and be there to answer your questions, so that by the time you shape your presentation, then you are able to, you'll know, you're already kind of got to the point where you've passed, hopefully, by that time, and the presentation should be merely a formal way of recording and demonstrating that you have applied and are capable of applying and have absorbed that information. So all the way through, it's a very handheld, safe environment to be learning and be assessed to this fairly high bar. And the assessment for the enterprise cohort is also done throughout the program, and as well as a formal assessment by ICAgile at the end, which is a 3-hour process, plus all the documentation which you would have created by the process of going through the calls. So you will actually have a complete body of work, case studies written up of exactly what you've done, and that will all be handheld all the way through, and then a final 3-hour assessment for the expert cohort. You don't have to do the expert cohort if you go on the classes. That's optional. It's another program on top, but they're there for you to develop and grow. So that's the process. And once you're on the class, you can ask questions, and our trainers are fully able to. Our trainers are totally able to help you with any questions you've got on the class. Thank you.